Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Thank you very much for still following our class. This is chapter 1 part 2 introduction to communication system in principle of communication system for diploma. Okay, today we will continue our discussion. Our topic today is about elements of a communication system. So communication system basically consists of few elements. The basic communication system consists of a few elements as shown in this slide. There are 5 main elements which we will go through briefly after this. Okay, first is the information or the message or the data. Second is the transmitter. Thirdly is the channel, also we say medium, transmission medium. After that we have the receiver, and lastly output transducer. So what is the information? Information source can be anything from audio, image, text, or the data that we are going to send in the communication system. Information also need input transducer, where the transducer convert the form of information from the raw form into electrical signal form. Okay, given a few common example of input transducer. First we have microphone, which can convert our voice or sound into an electrical audio signal. Second, we have the camera, which convert the picture or the light information into a video or picture signal. And another one is the keyboard, the computer keyboard, which convert our ideas or the message into binary codes, so which can be processed in electrical sources. So there are few more examples which you can think also. Okay, so the first is information and also input transducer. The next element is the transmitter. So what is the transmitter? Transmitter basically converts electrical signal to form suitable for transmission. So in the transmitter, normally we will have modulator for the modulation process and the amplifier for the amplification process. So basically, sometimes the information signal is small, so it needs some amplification process before transmission process. So the transmitter converts the electrical signal, the information signal, to a form that's suitable for transmission. Okay, next. After that we have our third element is the channel, transmission channel. Channel also sometimes we refer to transmission medium. So channel is the medium can be used to transfer the signal from the transmitter to the receiver. Okay, so we have the information need to be transmitted from the transmitter to the receiver. So in between the transmitter and receiver, there are transmission channel or the transmission medium. So what is transmission medium? Transmission channel or the medium can be wire lines, the wire like the telephone which connect, like the telephone which connected to the wire, or we can have a fiber optic cable. Normally now we quite used to fiber optic when we using like Unify high-speed internet. We will use optical fiber cable. The most common one is the air, or is sometimes is written atmosphere, air or atmosphere. So this is the most common transmission channel. So please note that this channel or transmission medium always have noise. So the noise will make the signal weak and distorted. So that is the disadvantage of part of this transmission channel. The next element is the receiver. So when the signal arrives at the receiver, what will be done? So the receiver extracts the estimate of the original transducer's output. So what is that? So the receiver will extract the information using some process, for example a demodulator for the demodulation process, and amplifier. One more, again the signal sometimes needs to be amplified because sometimes the signal need to travel quite a distance, so that it becomes smaller due to distortion or noise or loss in the transmission medium. So when it arrives at the receiver, the signal need to be again amplified before it being used to demodulate. Okay, so that is the receiver. And the last one is output transducer. So at the output transducer, so the signal will be converted from electrical signal form to some kind of usable form, which can be understood by the receiving person at the end of the communication system. So for example, we have speaker which convert the electrical audio signal to sound. Okay, so if we have the message in terms of in the form of sound or voice, so at the output, at the end of the system or at the output transducer, the speaker will convert the electronic signal to the sound as same as the information part. Okay, and next we have a monitor which convert the video signal, electronic video signal, for display. So it will show the picture or the video to the at the receiver part of the system. So now the communication system already complete. You send the voice at the source, and you will get the sound at the output transducer. Okay, next. So this is the explanation for basic communication systems, brief explanation. So three essential components: the transmitter, receiver, and transmission medium. So these are being simplified. So we can see here the source, same like previous slide. We have the source, which is the information, and the transmitter, where the modulation process happens, and then again we have this transmission channel, the transmission medium, where the signal will act with the noise or interference or loss or distortion. So these phenomena will affect the signal. And at the receiver, we will have the demodulation process, and at the end it will delivered, or it will be converted back to the original form of the signal as a sound or the message or whatever lah, depending on the source. So this is the block diagram of basic communication systems. Analog communication. With the introductory discussion of basic communication system in previous section, we will now turn towards the classification of analog and digital communication. So analog signal varies smoothly and continuously with time. The message signal is modulated at some carrier frequency by modulator. The amplifier then gives the signal to the transmitting antenna for the transmission. Okay, basic analog communication systems will have this analog signal. Again, we will have this transmitter, basically is modulator. We will discuss this further after this in chapter 2, the modulation process of the signal. Okay, so communication channel and demodulator destination. This is the basic analog communication systems. Presently, all the AM, amplitude modulation, FM, frequency modulation, and TV transmission is analog. The analog communication needs lower bandwidth compared to digital communication, as we will see. But the effect of noise, interference, loss, and so on is more the case for analog communication. So basically, analog communication, the energy is transmitted and received in analog form. Both information and carrier signal are analog. Digital communication, energy is transmitted and received in digital form, such as 5 volt and 0 volt, or on and off, or low and high. So that is digital communication. We can have 5 or 0 volt, or on and off, or low and high. That is digital. Example is microwave, satellite radio, and optical fiber communication. Analog form of communication, the signal is continuously time varying voltage or currents, such as sine wave. So human voice and music also known as analog form, whereas digital form, the voltage or current signal are changes in discrete steps or level. For example, binary coded number. So basically, this is the common analog signal, and this is the common example of digital signal, which we will further discuss later on in next chapter. So that's all for today. That's all for this part. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.